Well, hello again. I had a email question sent from one of my subscribers, and they asked some really quite interesting questions that I had when I was starting out, and questions that many of you probably have. This person doesn't want to become a full-time entertainer. They just want to do this occasionally. Their thing is just in the summer months when school is, well, they're not in school. University is where this person was, but it could be for any person that wants just to work a little bit. So their question was about busking and a few things along that line. They're worried that their busking would eventually turn into line work, and they don't want to do line work. Well, the busking that I did never turned into line work. If you're lucky, you will have a small crowd around you, 5, 6 kids. This is when you're not doing a big show. If you're doing a big show, I have absolutely no idea how you would build a balloon show around what they call circle performers at a busking event. I don't know anything about that, so you'd have to ask somebody else. So don't worry, if you're busking at a festival or some other event, you won't get a line. And if you get a line, that's great, because they're all going to pay you money, and that's really good. So don't worry about it turning into line work. And where I live, there are a huge number of summer festivals. It seems every weekend there is something on the go. There's either I don't know, a taste of your city happening. There's some kind of a jazz festival. There's so many events where I live every weekend. I can't name them all. Okay, so that's a good place to go. Just check into the people that are there. You might go and find out that you needed a license to twist your balloons. But that license would only be in that small particular area. Of course, check your city to see what the bylaws are. I guess contact somebody at city council or whatever. They might be able to point you in the right direction. This balloon person also asked, they said they just want to use 260s, and there's nothing wrong with just using 260s. Lots of performers just use 260s. Holly from the Twisted Sisters just uses 260s, and she seems fairly good at her balloon work. So if you don't want to use rounds, and you don't want to use hearts, and you don't want to use 350s, that's fabulous. Don't use them. And of course the cost, anybody that starts in balloons, the cost is really important. Well, all I can say for that is try to be economical with your balloons. If you're going to use 2.5 balloons, save that extra half that you're not using and put it into another balloon figure, if you can. Myself, I don't care how much of the balloon I use. If I use 1 inch of a balloon and later throw out the rest, for me, that's fine. Okay? For you, at the beginning, then yeah, save it. Balloons are great because they pay for themselves. You buy a $10 worth of balloons, and if you're busking, you should be able to get anywhere from, we'll say, $50 to $100 back on that $10. And then now you've got $50 or $100, you buy 2 more bags of balloons, and you've still got money in your pocket. And you just keep doing that and doing that. And eventually you'll have enough money that, just like myself, you'll able to buy some 350s, and then you're able to buy some 160s and some hearts and some rounds, if that's what you want. Basically, if you don't want to use those other colors or sizes, don't use them. Just use 260s. Okay? So anyway, that's kind of a long rambling thing, trying to answer some questions. There's so many other questions I could try to answer, but that's as simple as I can keep it. Anyway, thanks a lot.